Some people refer to Ahlul Sunnah as Wahhabis.
They say what, sir?
Wahhabis. Someone said, what is a Wahhabi?
What is a Wahhabi? What is a Wahhabi? They are using a name from Allah's names. Allah is al-Wahhab. He's the one who gives and He showers His blessings. And they're using this name in a derogatory way to say that, oh look, he's Wahhabi. They're not saying it out of praise. They're not saying it out of praise. They're trying to insult others who say, oh, he's Wahhabi. But in reality, they are only earning harm for themselves, because in reality, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَا تَنَابَزُوا بِالْأَلْقَابِ. Don't call or bring about nicknames for each other. This is not allowed. بِئْسَ الْإِسْمُ الْفُسُوقُ بَعْدَ الْإِيمَانِ. Such is sin after Iman. So, oh, Fulan, Wahhabi, Fulan. What does he actually mean? What he means is that he is a blind follower of Muhammad Wahhab rahimahullah. And this is not true. This is not true. The people of Sunnah are not blind followers of any of the scholars. Muhammad Wahhab rahimahullah, he called to Tawheed, he called to the Sunnah. If you open up his Usul al-Thalatha, his Ayat or Ahadith, Allahumma barik, you open up his Qawa'id, you open up his Qawa'id al-Arba'a, the 4 principles, you see Quran, you see Sunnah, and understand the Sahaba. You open up his Kitab al-Tawheed from the beginning to the end, Quran, Sunnah, from the beginning to the end. And he's calling you to Tawheed, he's calling you to the worship of Allah. So why are you making fun and say, oh, he's Wahhabi, he's Wahhabi? And this should be a praiseworthy thing that you are actually, without realizing, you are saying that they are followers of him. This is actually praiseworthy. But they're not blind followers of him. None of us, none of the scholars say that they are Wahhabi. None of them say that. None of them says, oh, we are Wahhabi. But we love the scholars who came before us, no doubt. And from them is Shaykh al-Islam Muhammad Wahhab rahimahullah, because he called to Tawheed. He called to Tawheed, and alhamdulillah, he established Tawheed upon the earth. If you were to see the Arabian Peninsula in the past, how it used to be, where the people were committing shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where the graves would be raised above the ground. And he established the Sunnah, the Hadith. For example, in Sahih Muslim, the Hadith of Abi Hayyaj al-Asdi radiallahu anhu, قال لي علي بن أبي طالب رضي الله عنه ألا أبعثك على ما بعثني رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ألا تدعى تمثالا إلا طمسته ولا قبرا مشرفا إلا سويته. The Tabi'i, Abi Hayyaj al-Asdi rahimahullah, he said, shall I not, he said that Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu said to me, shall I not tell you what the Messenger sent me with? He sent me with this, that you do not leave an image or an ornament except that you disfigure it. An ornament or an image, except that you disfigure it. And nor a grave that is raised above the ground, that is honored above the ground, like you see with the graves of the people of misguidance, honored or raised above like a whole dome, except that you level it. That was the da'wah of Muhammad Wahhab. He leveled the graves. But if you want to go outside the Arabian, outside Saudi Arabia, for example, you'll see in many countries you have a mosque and you have a grave inside. And this is not allowed. Allah said, وَأَنَّ الْمَسَاجِدَ لِلَّهِ فَلَا تَدْعُوا مَعَ اللَّهِ أَحَدًا. The masajid are for Allah, so don't call upon others besides Allah. So Muhammad Wahhab rahimahullah called to Tawheed. Look at his books. From cover to cover you see that he called to Tawheed. And who did he learn from? He learned from the scholars that came before him. He didn't just come from nowhere. He himself traveled. He went to Mecca and he learned from Alamatu Sindi rahimahullah. Alamatu Sindi was teaching in Masjid al-Nabawi. And from the great benefits that we read about Alamatu Sindi rahimahullah is that his classes were before Fajr. He used to have a class before Fajr. So look at the ihtimam the ulama have. The ihtimam, past and present. Scholars, you find them following those who came before them and taking from where they take. So to say Wahhabi, I know they use it for derogatory, in a derogatory sense, but in reality, if they knew what Muhammad Wahhab did in terms of establishing Tawheed, eradicating shirk, and establishing also the correct belief. Look at his book, Risalatun ila al-Qasim, his risala, his letter that he wrote to Al-Qasim. It's a beautiful book, all about Allah's, how to believe in Allah's names and attributes correctly. And at the end of it, he said, people blame me. People slander me. And they say that I make takfir of the Muslims, that I call Muslims disbelievers. He says, I don't even call a person that is doing sujood, that is prostrating to a grave, I don't call him a kafir, mushrik, and specifically unless I establish the proof from him. Look how careful he was. Look how careful Shaykh Islam Muhammad rahimahullah was, that he would not call a person specifically. Yes, in the general ruling, this is actions of shirk. In the general ruling, this is what the mushrikun do. But specific ruling, Fulan ibn Allah, that he is a mushrik, he would not do that until he established the proof upon them, that hujjah, till he established it upon them. Because he may be ignorant. Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah said, it may be that he's ignorant, the knowledge did not reach him, or it may be he didn't intend that. So this is important for each and every one of us to know his da'wah and see that it's in line with what the previous scholars of the past were. As Shaykh Ubayd Habibullah said, the first mujaddid, the first reviver of the sunnah of the Messenger ﷺ, after 200 years or so, was the great scholar, the Imam al-Sunnah, Ahmad ibn Hanbal, rahimahullah. The second reviver after him, by about 500 years after that, was Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, rahimahullah. And the third reviver of the Sunnah after that, by about 500 years, Shaykh al-Islam Muhammad rahimahullah. And you find it's a silsila, it's a chain, not the chain of the Sufis. They say that knowledge came from above to my head. It's not, or knowledge came from a dream. This is not how knowledge is. Knowledge is قال Allah, قال Rasulullah, قال Sahaba. Allah said, the Messenger said, the Sahaba conveyed. This is knowledge. As Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah said, العلم قال الله قال رسوله قال الصحابة ليس بالتمويه, without doubt. ما العلم نصبك لخلاف سفاهة بين الرسول وبين رأي فلان. It is foolishness to compare the statement of Rasulullah ﷺ with the statements of anyone else. Even if it's a faqih, even if it's a scholar, you cannot. So we go where we take from where they take from the authentic sunnah. So even with Shaykh Muhammad Abdulilah rahimahullah, we look and we take from where he takes, and we see that what he takes from is authentic sunnah, alhamd, that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has conveyed, that which Allah mentioned, and that which the Messenger has conveyed with regards to tawheed, with regards showing us the seriousness and the severity and danger of shirk. But the people of shirk, you see, they want to mention, Wahhabi, only because of what? They try to push the people away from this. But let's look at the facts. Let's look at the facts. Look at the facts. See his books, see what he has written. And in reality, you will see that what he called to was Tawheed and Sunnah. And look at his students. From his students are his children, Abdurrahman ibn Hassan, ibn Muhammad his grandson, who wrote the explanation, Fath al-Majid, and the first explanation by his other grandson, Sulaiman ibn Abdulilah ibn Muhammad Taysir, and he didn't finish it. They killed him in the third, when he was in his 30s. Al-Basha came from Egypt, and he came, and then he started spreading his understanding of Islam, and he killed this great scholar, Sulaiman ibn Abdulilah ibn Muhammad rahimahullah. Not only that he killed him, but he cut his limbs into pieces. This is the hatred that the people have for the people of Tawheed, to this extent. To say Wahhabi, look, this is what they end up doing. They end up killing the people of Sunnah, following their previous misguided individuals who came in the past. Those who ended up killing Ali radiallahu anhu, those who ended up killing Uthman radiallahu anhu. Deviation, in the end, makes a person further and further away. As Shaykh Islam Taymiyyah said, bid'ah starts one handspan, then becomes an arm's length, then it becomes a mile. And he said that in his Majmu' Fatawa. Now,